said so long, carry on, 'cause the devil wants to take me for a ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary listeners, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh man, I hope that noise profile isn't too loud. I haven't recorded one of these in a while. In fact, my friend and excuse me, I get the sniffles. It's cold. My friend, avid listener, Shanna, told me it was like May 17th. I didn't quit. I didn't give up on everybody. I just worked my fucking square job, my gay job, my gob, my gab, my J. Yeah, my jab. I worked that all summer, and I can tell you right now, boy, do I not like it. But I needed money, man. I needed money, dude. You know, life just comes at you fast. A lot of things happened. I was getting more serious with my girl. I wanted to grow up, start a family, and be responsible. How can you be responsible to a woman when you're broke, man? How? Like, I know you go through turbulent times, and you're going to be like, hey, baby, stick by my side, because that's the name of my I got to make that into a song. I'm going through turbulent times, so hey, baby, stick by my side. And if you lube up that pussy, I'll slide into your heart. Oh, and bust. Anyway, hey, I got engaged. I'm engaged. Oh, man. Hold on. She's texting me right now. Anyway, I got
Hey,
Hola.
how are you?
Hey, ¿qué tal, mami? ¿Qué tal, mamicita? Ay.
Bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. ¿Cómo se dice en español? ¿Cómo te dices record en español?
¿Recordar?
Yo recordado un podcast.
¿Recuerdo?
Ahora, I'm recording a podcast right now. You're on air. So say something very offensive. Quick, Mary, what do you think about what's going on in Palestine and Israel? Do you hate the Jews or are you pro-genocide?
Yeah, no, none of those.
Okay, I'm both. Anyway. I just told my listeners that I got engaged. And
What listeners? What are you talking about?
I have a podcast. Didn't I ever tell you that?
Yes, I know, but you haven't been recording podcast things.
I
in a
know
while.
because I was saving
Number
money.
One. Number two,
I was
record is not recordar, it's grabar.
Lava?
Grabar. Yeah.
Grava.
Anyway,
well, I wasn't recording because I was saving money so I could propose to you because you were like, oh, you remember when we first dated and you played me that song by TLC? Oh, I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride. You don't sing that?
Yeah, of course I do. It's an amazing song. But
it's an incredibly offensive and rude song that says that men who don't have money shouldn't be allowed love, and I don't agree with that. You know,
That's an amazing song.
All right, I think TLC is wildly overrated personally, but all right. Don't go chasing waterfalls. All right, like I get the metaphor. Okay, it's not lost on me, but it's a little too.
To the point.
Anyway, I was telling them that I haven't been recording because I've been working to save money because I was going to propose to you and do stuff with you, you know? Like go on pilgrimages and shit. And introduce you to a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one can tell us no or where to go or this is your part. This is the part where the guy
I know.
say we're only I'll do it and say we're only dreaming a whole new world. All right, that was you.
Yeah, I know that thing.
Anyway, you texted me right then, so I figured I'd give you a call.
Okay, but you're recording now?
Yes, I'm recording now. I got hit with a burst of creativity. It's amazing what can happen to the human soul when you have time off to nurture yourself and not work.
Okay. Okay, well, go back to recording. I don't want to be in the podcast.
Oh, I know you don't like the limelight. Well,
No.
it's all right. I'll call somebody else.
Yeah, call somebody else.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Okay.
All
right.
chill out. I'll see you later on the flip side.
Okay, call me later.
All right.
I have to fix something, and I have to find someone to fix one of my bathrooms. So
Oh.
I'm gonna be
Just save it till I come back to South America, and I'll fix it.
No, this cannot wait.
Okay.
If I wait, it's a water leak. If I wait, it's gonna cost me a lot.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
no,
Well, you
it's
gotta
getting fixed.
don't throw toilet paper in the toilet in Latin America. That's rule number 1.
No, I'm gonna have to get this fixed.
All right.
Also, if I don't get it fixed, it's gonna cost me a lot fixing it and paying the water bill. So
All right.
I have to get that done.
Well, I'll call you when this is done. We'll figure it out. All right. I've had,
right.
my cousin wrecked my toilet this weekend. We're all over the place with the potties.
Yes, I know, but yeah, I'm gonna have to find someone, and this is a holiday weekend, so it's gonna be tough.
Oh, see, all right. Well, this part of the podcast, I'm sorry, is a little boring. Mary, you really gotta learn how radio works. Anyway, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right?
I don't want to be in the podcast.
No, Megan, big poops in the toilet. Anyway, I love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Jesus. That was fucking brutal. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, women, am I right? Just they fucking yakety, blocka, blocka. Oh, they go on and they're always like, I need to report a podcast because everyone has to hear what my womanly opinions are. Isn't that what they do? Hold on, I'm gonna try and fix this gain. Is that okay? That's way worse. All right, I'm sorry. Boy, you know what? I was going to start a podcast with my buddy Paul Landwehr. We were going to call it Shepherd's Pie. That's what he wanted to call it. Paul hasn't been on the podcast because he won't meet me in person because he lives in New Hampshire. And I'm going to see if I can get him on real quick. Because I really wanted my first episode back to be a live interview, but nobody wants to fucking meet me in person. And Paul is supposed to be coming back from a hike right now, and he's not going to answer me because he's a fucking cunt. You hear that, Paul? Yep, fuck you. He asked me to go hiking at 3 a.m, and I said no, because I have work tomorrow at 3 a.m, and I can't do multiple 3 a.m. stuff.
Thank you for calling Paul Landwehr.
Landwehr, more like...
And I'll get back to you right away. Have a great day. Bye.
Paul Landwehr? More like Paul Landwhale. Huh? I hope you went for that hike, you chunker. Maybe you'll lose some fucking weight, you big blouser. Hey, call me back. What's the deal, man? You're supposed to be in your car driving down 93 back to Manchester. And... because I know you finished that hike, and if you didn't, then you need to step it the fuck up. Also, I really hope you didn't freeze to death, and that when your wife finds your phone, this isn't the message she gets. Anyway, call me. So We're back. We're back. Paul and I are trying to start a podcast, but Paul just had a baby. It is a lot, my friend, you know what, shout out also to Alex Giampapa, friend of the podcast. So myself, Alex Giampapa, Jason Cordova, both guests on the podcast, and Liam McGurk, all three funny comedians, all four of us, including myself, funny comedians. We shot a comedy pilot, if you will, and it is, excuse me, it has been shared on my Instagram and other places, and I think Alex has it on his YouTube. And anyway, it is, it's funny, and we did that this summer. Well, we finished it, I think, in June. When did we? You know what? My time frame is all messed up. Time is a Mobius strip. It's a flat circle. It's cyclical. So why am I even bothering trying to quantify it in a linear structure when I know that's not how it works? Anyway, it was good. And so Alex, shout out to Alex. Alex just had a beautiful baby girl. Paul just had, my buddy Paul, I just called out another comedian. Beautiful baby girl. Jason just got married. A little over, what is it? 10 days, a week ago, whatever. It was like 2 weekends ago, something like that. Jason got married. And yeah, and then, so everybody's busy. Everybody's busy doing grown-up stuff. And like I said, to marry, the urge got to me. The urge got to me to be settled, to commit, I put on my big boy pants. And with that being said, that kind of took up a lot of my time, all of my time. And I realized that the idea of being paid for my time, as in I'm paid based on hours, which dictates that in order, I'm not being paid for the job, right? So they're not paying me it's not like, hey, you get $100 to pull this motor into the ceiling. It's based off of how long I'm there. So in reality, it's my time that they're getting. Like that horrible Justin Timberlake movie with the dude from really bad movie. I usually like cheesy sci-fi. Justin Timberlake, that goofy guy from, what is that fucking terrible nerd show that everybody fucking jerks off to? Oh, Big Bang Theory. Okay, the main character from the Big Bang Theory is like Justin's sidekick, and he runs out of time. Oh no! And bleh. But it's a good representation of how when you work and you get paid by the hour, in reality you are giving them the time of your life. And I hope you had the time of your life. Never felt. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm finding something different, and I gotta be back. If I'm not creative, I get depressed. When you're driving around a city, you're just in a place like Boston, and you see a guy, or he's yelling at you in traffic, and you go, why is this guy so miserable? Just a miserable cunt. Why? I know why. He's like that because he's a human being with a soul, and he deserves better. But his entirety has been crushed down to grinding out a paycheck in a time-based situation, where you go in and you gotta pretend to care if a project gets done. And you don't. You don't care if this stupid condominium gets built or gets built safely, because you're never going to be able to afford to live in it. And your kids can't live in it either. So you're building something for somebody else for a piece of paper that is hyperinflated and will probably just not matter. And you just kind of sit, but you don't know what else to do. So you just fucking start getting angry. And you just go, and then you get stuck in traffic. You get stuck in the subway, and the subway's not moving, and somebody's being loud and fucking ignorant, and you just little by little, you go, and then all of a sudden your face just makes that red, angry face, and you just, and then someone cuts you off, and it all just like a big buttload of poo. You just dump on some fucking guy on a bicycle. And just go, I hope your mother gets AIDS. And he's like, bro, what is your deal? And you don't want to say, I feel like life fucked me over and I got left behind and I just want to be happy. So you go, my problem is you fucking people. But sometimes it is those people. So anyway, enough about that, baby. I'm back here with you. We're having fun. There's a lot going on in the world. Oh boy. It's a wild and crazy time, isn't it? So, hey, let me cover this real quick. Maybe we'll, what should I do? Should I do the funny first? It's all going to be fun, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll save that for later. Right now, Lizzo. I kind of got inspired by Lizzo. You know what? I like Lizzo. Do you guys know what happened with Lizzo? So Lizzo's in trouble and everyone's mad at her because she made her backup dancers eat bananas out of a hooker's cunt. And that doesn't make me mad. It actually, I find it very endearing. It makes Lizzo seem human to me. Because before she was just an amorphous blob. And now I go, that's a person with a heart and a soul. And she just wants to make change in the world. She wants to get people eating right. And then I started thinking to myself, I go, you know what? I kind of feel bad for Lizzo because Lizzo's whole motif is that she's a fat bitch. And it is. Like that's the thing. Like every girl who goes, I just love Lizzo. I know women like that who they love seeing a fat girl, especially a fat black lady. And they just don't care. They own themselves. It's like when I see a homeless guy and I'm like, dude, that guy just shits his pants. He doesn't care. Fucking, like, I wish I could not care like that. That's how they feel. They don't phrase it like that, because when you phrase it like that, it shows that you're really kind of being a coarse individual. But that's how they feel. So Lizzo's a chunker, right? And hey, look, I'm a chunky dude myself. I just popped in at 210 and I feel gross. I haven't been this fucking chunkzilla in a while. I got to do something about it. Anyway, Lizzo is a hefty heifer. And the Liz machine, Liz has, she's walked herself into a corner in a pastry shop. And the problem is that what would happen tomorrow if Lizzo got skinny? Would goofy white broads still listen to her music? There's something about the fact that when she sings that song, I put my hair back, check my shoes, baby, how you doing? I like that song. I actually like that, and I listen to it when I walk through the woods. And does it make me gay? Like 50%. But there's something, when you think about the fact that there's a big fatty singing that song, like, I don't care, I do my thing, you ain't gonna tell me I'm gonna eat the cheesecake. Like, we all have that moment where, so my cousins were visiting, and they left junk food. And I don't go out and buy junk food, but like they left it, they didn't eat it all, so I'm sitting in my house, and there's a big thing of peanut butter Oreos, and Reese's Pieces, and Sour Patch Kids, and chips, and I just go, like, I don't eat this shit. And I'm like, you just throw it away. And I was like, it's like Bilbo Baggins with the ring, just going, why shouldn't I keep it? Why shouldn't? And I would just walk by him every morning. I'm like, it's not a big deal if I have one Oreo in the morning. Before I eat anything, I'm scoffing down. I'm like, it's okay, it's just one Oreo. And when you do it, I just hum to myself, I put my head back. And that's what every girl has that moment where she's just pigging out, just stuffing her gullet with ice cream when there's no one around. And that little Lizzo song pops into her head. And she's like, why shouldn't I? Why? She turns into little Bilbo. Why shouldn't I eat it? Huh? I deserve it. I've had a long week. My children have stressed me out. My boyfriend, my work, I am stressed out. I deserve the sugar. Give me the chocolate. Nom, 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 nom. You know, and then that's how it goes. And so that's what Lizzo is. And I feel bad because Lizzo's stuck. Imagine if Lizzo lost weight. Imagine listening to that song if it was like by Taylor Swift. She's like, I put my hair back, do what I want. You'd be like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up, you spoiled, privileged bitch. Of course you do whatever you want. You're rich and happy. You're rich and you're blonde and beautiful. Of course you do whatever you want. She's gotta be fat. So she can't really even change. She's stuck, molded into this Play-Doh-y ball of flesh and humanity. And the poor girl can't change, but what she can change is she can change the habits of her backup dancers. So Lizzo's got a bunch of backup dancers, and here's the thing. They're all fluffy. They are all plump. They are rotund and curvaceous. They are voluptuous vixens. There's some big old bitches. Seriously, dude, look, Google Lizzo and the backup squad. Wow. And here's what happened. Lizzo said, hey, apparently she's been bullying them and she's like, making them eat vaginas out of hooker pussy. She's making them eat bananas out of hooker pussy. And everyone's so mad at Lizzo. Everyone turned on her so quick. But here's the thing. Lizzo looked at her dances and she was like, wait a minute. We can't all be fat. Like, this does, like, she's looking at, I know Lizzo's like, I could be skinny and I can't. And then she looks at these fucking heifers and she goes, you bitches choose to be this way. I am trapped in a prison of my own design. Free me. And she looks at these girls and she's also thinking to herself, well, I'm the big girl. I'm the big bitch. You guys are taking my shine. You're literally like only so much spotlight to be in, and you guys you're edging in on it. And Lizzo's like, hey, these chicks need to lose weight. Okay, you can't have 10 300-pounders on a stage. That's not safe for this. Not for the structural stability of the stage. Not for me. Not for anyone. So Lizzo's probably kind of like, hey, you girls need to slim it. And you got to remember that Lizzo's backup dancers, they're probably jerk-offs too. Because they look at Lizzo and they go, who's this? I'm fatter than you are. You get all the shine and here I am. You're a deuce and a half, and I'm a triple. I'm a triple double. Tripskis over here? I'll fucking sumo you, bitch. Why do you get to be in the spotlight? You're no different than me. And it creates some animosity. And Lizzo's like, you know what? You're losing weight. And everyone's mad at Lizzo. But Lizzo was just like, hey, you know what you need? You girls need some more fruit. And I know you're not going to eat your fruit because you're eating your carbohydrates and your processed sugars. You're eating your cream of corn Oreos, and you're not getting it together. So I'm going to make you eat some fruit. And the girls were like, we don't want to eat fruit. And she's like, how about a banana? It's shaped like a dick. And they're like, no, we don't want it. No. And they're like, well, we don't eat penis because we're probably lesbians. And she was like, well, what if it tasted like pussy? And they were like, what? And she goes, yeah, what if, check this out. What if you could eat fruit, but it tasted like seafood? And they go, huh? And she goes, what if you could eat just a piece of healthy fruit, but it would taste like Clam's Casino? What if I could give you a nice healthy piece of fruit that tasted and smelled like a tuna steak? And they went, that's not possible. And she goes, is it? Slide on up to the slide on over to the world of wonderments and taste what we have to offer. My favorite part is like the news is so fucking gay today. They can't write hooker or prostitute. They have to write sex worker, right? Just they have to write sex worker. You can't say homeless anymore, unhoused. You can't say slaves. You have to say enslaved people. Bro, I've never met a slave, so I don't know who we're worried about offending. I don't think all it does is seem to lessen the whole thing. I wasn't a slave. I was an enslaved person. So you were in slavery, right? Well, yeah. Well, yes. Well, I don't know. I figured you'd fucking just own it, dude. That's me talking to somebody from the late 1800s. That's not, obviously, Anyway, I'm rocking with Lizzo. What if you could eat a banana, but it felt like you were eating king crab legs? Why? Well, it seems like a win-win to me. I'm here in defense of Lizzo. What bothers me, honestly, was how everyone turned on her. And what also should alarm me is how as soon as somebody gets turned on by society, I want to root for them. It's not all of them. There's some people who, when society turns on them, I sit there and I grin in glee as they're squashed beneath the rails of the infernal machine. But Lizzo, I look at Lizzo and I go, dude, I wanna rock with you. I don't, you know what? Fuck them. I hope Lizzo comes back skinny with abs. And she's just like, I'll whip my hair back, eat my puss, fuck all you people, gonna suck on my clit. And I hope she does it. I'll fucking blast it. I will blast it from my car. And I will own it. I will be what those young kids call a stan. Because for some reason, we already had the word fan, and that wasn't good enough. So we added 2 other different letters to it, took away the F, because, wow, you're a stan? What does that mean? It just means you're a fucking fan, and we don't have a culture under the age of 22. And what was I going to talk about? I really didn't prepare for this. I'm sorry. I felt like if I started preparing, I would not. Oh man. Yeah, you know what? I'll hold off on. You know what? Fuck it. I guess I could just cut it out. I'm trying to learn how to cry again. Like I'm really trying to learn how to cry again. Right? And I had an incident, where I won't get it. We'll just say that we're somewhat not so sure if we can have kids. It's up for debate. We're figuring it out. I'm trying. I'm going to start putting in work. And if it happens, it happens. But like, as you get older, right? You're in your mid-30s. It's not as easy anymore. And I was like, oh shit. Like, it took me forever to realize I just want to be a dad. What if it doesn't happen? And I wanted to cry at the thought that it couldn't happen. Like, I got, what if I don't get to be a dad? Like, this info was given to me and it hit me. And it, my instinct was to just cry. But I couldn't. And this has been an ongoing situation with me where for years I just shoved. It was like after a long time I learned to stop shoving stuff, but my body just kind of instinctually, just realized that, we don't got time to cry, Mike. You've been through enough trauma. What are you going to do? What are these? So now when I try and cry, did I talk about this on this podcast? I hate myself if I did. I do this thing where I dry heave from my eyeballs. And I go, and I just sit there and I try and, like, come on. Like, I learned about this guy, Tom LaForge. Tom LaForge was the guy, went and lived with, I think it was the Crow Indians. He is the man that Dances with Wolves. Kevin Costner's character is based off of Tom LaForge. And he talked about how good it was to just go into nature and cry. And he told his kids that. He's like, if you ever just, he's like, dude, bro, guy, you know, because that's how they talked in the 1880s. He goes, if you ever just overwhelmed or just need it, he's like, go into nature and cry. And it happened to me once when I was hiking with my girl in Ecuador. It was beautiful, a very beautiful experience. But I tried it. I hiked a mountain and I got up there and I was just like, get out of me. And it's like my body thinks I'm trying to punk it, right? My body is under this interpretation that I'm just sitting there going, hey, dude, come on, you can cry. My body's like, what? No, I'm not gay. What do you think I'm a pussy? Do you think I'm queer? And I'm like, no, dude, it's men can cry. It's okay. And my body's like, what is this? What are you trying to do to me? What is your game? What do you think you're going to catch me? You think you're going to catch me lacking? You son of a bitch. And I go, no, it's okay. You know, and I do a good Will Hunting, Robin Williams on Will Hunting. I go, it's not your fault. My body's like, don't do this to me, man. I go, it's not your fault. My body goes, not you. Man, it's weird when you come or you get over the hump in life and then you want to of development, but you already built a certain design for life inside your soul, and you go, I gotta restructure this. So the only thing I could logically do is just get on YouTube and find a video of some Indian guy explaining how to restructure your soul. And then what you do is you remove the curry from your eyes. I can't do it. I can't do the Indian accent. Hold on. Shut up. Give me a second. Hold on. Oh, then you get in touch with your inner. What is that, Michael? Hold on. Shut up. Stop laughing. Don't go, come again, and then you get in touch with your inner child, and you go, why do you not wash your hands when you give curry to people in the street? That's, all right. You know what, if I can't get the accent down, how am I going to improve my soul? Anyway, hey, easy stuff here. How about Israel and Palestine, huh? Don't worry, I'm not going to get too deep into it. I think I explained the history of the Palestinian conflict once. If I haven't, I'm not really in the mood for it. I'm kind of disgusted by everything. And I'm tired, bro. I'm so tired of propaganda and just the same war shit all the time. It's always just, why do we need to go to war and this and that? And, oh, dude, we're like Americans. We're like that nosy lady who wants to mind the business of everybody on the street. Everybody's business is our business, and we go and we get involved, and then we go, oh, why is my life so dramatic? Because we don't shut the fuck up and close our door. So there's just, everything aside, here's the deal. You don't have to have an opinion on what's going on right now. You do not have to pick a side. You don't have to you can literally you're not in, and somebody can go, well, it's easy for you to say if you're not getting blown up. You're right, it is easy for me to say because it's not fucking here. Okay? Now, if you think, hey, this deserves my attention, then do it. But if you can also just say, because there is so much propaganda out there, it's insane. There is, our mainstream media has close to a century's worth of propaganda. I mean, this really kicked in at World War II, and you a lot of you don't know what's going on, and that's fine. You don't need to know. Not every the guy who sells me blinds, the dude who fixes my carburetor, he doesn't need to know the intricacies of Zionism and the history of Palestine from the Balfour Declaration to the Sykes-Picot Treaty to the Ottoman Empire and to the British Mandate to the back dealings behind the UN compromise. They don't need to know that. I don't expect the average man to be able to tell me who David Ben-Gurion is, or who Zev Jabotinsky is, or Menachem Begin, or did I drop David Ben-Gurion? I think I did. If you don't, there you go. There's Theodore Herzl. I don't expect everybody to know those names, and you don't or shouldn't either. You got stuff going on. You don't need to know who Yasser Arafat is. Now, if you want to get involved, if you want to have an opinion on it, you should know who those people are. You should know what the difference is between Gaza and the West Bank and Hezbollah, Hamas, and the PLO. You should know the differences between all of this. What does the IDF mean? What was the significance of the 6-Day War? How much money is Egypt getting? How much money is Israel getting from U.S. foreign aid? All of these things are things that you should consider if you are going to voice your opinion on the matter. But if you just want to wake up, try and make it through the day and eat a goddamn decent bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich for breakfast, you don't have to be involved. And here's what you get to say. When somebody goes, "Have you picked a side?" You're like, well, because they act as if somehow you voicing something is, they're incompetent. Have you picked a side? You go, no, and I'm not gonna eat my asshole. That's what you say. And then when they go, what do you like, terrorism? What do you kill babies? You go, dude, suck my dick. That's what you say. Now, some of you, that's a lot, but here's what you just say. Say, you're a little emotional right now. I think you might need a nap or something to eat. Say that, because that's, dude, I love that now. I used to think that when someone got at you, you had to swear them down. But what I really feel like is better is when you take that kind of passive-aggressive approach and you clearly show that they're not getting to you and you cut their legs out from under them. Oh, God, that's way more. That sticks in them real good. So you don't have to. Somebody else is dragging you into their thing unwillingly, and they're basically trying to pull if you're not with me, you're against me. And it didn't start here. We went through it in Ukraine. Oh, what do you support, Vladimir Putin? Oh, what do you pro-COVID if you don't want to mask up? Hey, what are you pro-fucking Taliban if you don't support the war in Afghanistan? What do you blow Saddam Hussein if you don't? Did you think 9/11 was good? No, I didn't. Then why don't you support the murder of 1 million Iraqis in the Iraq War? It's cyclical. We go through it. I found a video of Jon Stewart from 9 years ago where he was 2014, and he said he was going, because we've done this. We go through this every few years where something happens over there and we redo it. And Jon Stewart was showing himself being bombarded by people saying, pick a side. What are you self-hating Jew, you Zionist pig, you this, that, and the third. And then at the end he goes, all right, let's go back to Ukraine. We're still, it doesn't end, man. It doesn't end. And at a certain point, you should be able to pick up the propaganda. Because people are gonna, if you go, hey, I'm good, man. I'm just coming to work. I don't, like, the second somebody even brings that up to you, just hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, have you seen what's going on? I don't know, but I seen your mother's fucking labia. Shut up. Stop doing that. Don't do that. You don't, we're at work. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut up. It's not my fault you don't have a relationship with another human being outside of work, so you have to get all your human interactions here. No. This is where I come to work. I don't want to be here. I'm not arguing. I'm not debating with you. You're not steamrolling me on a perfectly random Tuesday. No, I'm not taking it. I don't have to pick a side. Like, I'm an American. I pick the American side. All right? Which is leave me alone. No. Now, I'm not telling you that if you want to pick a side, not to pick a side. Go do your thing, bro. I mean, in reality, I kind of lean in a particular direction. But that's just me, and I'm not out here to convert anybody. That's just, I get to feel the way I want to feel. And that's fine. But dude, just, here's the thing. Be aware of propaganda. Because a lot of times, somebody says something and the news runs with it, and then when they find out that it's fake, they don't say anything. Right? So there's like, do you remember in Billy Madison. There's a scene where him and Chris Farley's looking up the skirt of that Veronica, the teacher that Billy wants to fuck, is a fine piece of ash. He goes, he looks at Billy, I got that one time. And Billy goes, no, you didn't. And he goes, well, a friend of mine did. And he goes, no, he didn't. And he goes, yeah, but you could imagine if he did. That's wartime propaganda. That's the ghost of Kiev. That's the woman handing the seeds to the Russian soldier. That's that special island. None of that happened. And you would go, hey, this didn't happen. They go, yeah, but imagine if it did. Their end result is imagine if it did. All right, there's been some stuff going around. Kids have been killed on both sides. But there was a specific incident where they were like, all these babies did this. They got beheaded and then it didn't. Now, does that negate the kids were killed? No, it just means that this particular incident, this nice round number, because you're going to remember, in propaganda, people like numbers. Numbers are good. And you don't want you don't want 37. What are you going to do with 37 babies? 40 babies. Oh, nice even number. No prime numbers. We don't want prime numbers in here. Now, maybe if it was divisible by 5. You could do that. You could do like a 35 maybe, but 40's a good number. Was it 41? No, we want 40. And then, some people online shared pictures which were AI generated pictures. Turned out nobody had proof. And it just ran with it. And when you called them out on it, or people are sharing videos, but as I said, because everything's so cyclical, there are videos of people fighting in the street from the last time this happened and the time before that. And all people do is they just reshare a video and they go, can you see what's happening right now in London? And then somebody goes, hey, that happened 3 years ago. And they're like, it doesn't change. And I'm like, yeah, but you said it's happening right now. And it's not. That's just not true. Okay? That's propaganda. So just when somebody's trying to gaslight you, if you've been around long enough to know when you're with a guy or a woman and they're trying to yank your fucking dick and they're trying to make you feel a certain way, because when you're emotional, when something really gross or crazy happens, you start going, you might just say, yeah, why don't we kill all of them? Well, yeah, but but did you hear what happened? Why? I'm mad. I'm mad. Can you believe that? A baby. You know what? Kill them all. Kill them all. That's how that comes about, is because somebody grabs you by your emotions, and that's how you end up with people saying, I don't care if they lose their jobs. I don't care if they die. They're propagating the disease. Get them. I'm scared. That's all I hear. I'm scared. So I'm scared, and if somebody comes along and gives me a horrific solution that seems utterly extreme, I'll go with it because I'm scared and I don't want to be scared. So the guy that comes along and says, kill them all, do this to those people, here's a horrible solution, I'm going to go with it. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Just be aware and stand up for yourself. You don't have to be involved. You can literally say, I don't know enough about the situation. I don't have a dog. Or I don't want to, I think everything that's going on is bad. And I'm sick and tired of watching innocent men, women, and children die. And I don't like it. And I don't think that's the world I want to live in. I'm going to keep living here. I just wish it wasn't like that. And I certainly don't think that that's the world that our God wants for us. So when you find a supposedly religious person who's calling for stuff, actions that don't align with what their faith says, when you meet a guy and he's, he could be Muslim, Christian, or Jewish, and he says we should kill all of them. You can let them be anybody. Or we should jail all of them. We should hurt all of them. I don't know, man. Like, I know there's some really gross shit in the Old Testament, but there's also a whole do not kill thing, And I get it. I get that you got to do what you got to do. It's like if somebody's going to kill my family, I'm going to kill them, obviously. But, I don't think you're going to walk into the pearly gates and God's going to be like, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you committed genocide. That's everything that my book was about. Was just, all that love stuff, that was just there to throw you off. All that be a good person, that was just a distraction. I just wanted you to kill people and don't eat pork. That's so don't take shit from anybody. All right, you don't have. I've seen people on social media. Also, you can take a break from social media. I've been on there too much, and I've caught myself being like, dude, I'm looking at murder porn. I feel addicted to, because you always want to know what's going to happen next. It's like a reality TV show where people are fighting. You go, what's going to happen next? Who's going to get bombed? Who's going to get it? And then you know what I did, man? I left my phone. I went down to the lake and I took a swim in the cold water. And I just sat there on a quiet day, staring at the fall trees, thinking, what the fuck, man? Walk outside. Go talk to somebody, and they're going to be like, hey, do you think that did you watch that episode of, did you think that Mac Jones is a dumb bitch? And you'd be like, yeah, Mac Jones sucks. He's a fucking loser. I fucking hate the Patriots now because of Mac Jones, little bitch, fucking bitch-ass Mac Jones. And you don't protect your chill. You got to protect your chill. I saw this chick who's an influencer on Instagram, and she put up something going, hey, I don't really know what's going on, but, I pray for all the kids involved. And people ripped her to shreds. So you're not against terrorism and killing babies. And she's like, I just said I'm praying for all the kids involved. But what they're trying to say is you should be praying just for the kids on my side. Is what they're doing. And she goes, I'm praying for all the kids involved. She goes, and I looked at her account and she said this. She goes, I'm just a food person. Like, she's just a big fat chick whose whole thing is making fat recipes for big fat people to fat out on. And people are asking her, why don't you use your platform to, she's like, I'm fucking, like, I know she's just thinking, I just sit here and I eat chicken. Just let me eat my fucking chicken. I'm just a big old lady. I'm a big old lady. I just want to shit. I don't understand you asking me about Gaza. I don't know where them pyramids is. You over here asking me how come you ain't talk about? Why come You ain't talk about the babies. About, how come? She's like, I just want to drink my gravy. I just want to drink my gravy in peace. I don't know. Look, she's just a fat Mexican chick from California, Texas. So that's not really how she talks. But we've established that I suck at accents, guys. So I gotta do. I just want to sit here and eat a bucket of biscuits, and y'all down tootin' wanna bring me in to a century-long conflict in which people are trying to figure out if God was a real estate agent. I don't know. I done flunked my real estate exam, and everybody passes their real estate exam. My fat, inbred, mentally retarded cousin, Jethro, passed his real estate exam. He sells lofts down in Atlanta. And this poor woman is just like, look, I tell you how to make Big Mac sauce at home. Get off my balls. Anyway, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can just say whatever. Or that's when someone's like, hey, have you seen? You go, yeah, that's terrible. Walk away. That's terrible. That's awful. But I'm not, you do you, champ. Sometimes when people get emotional, they want to drag you into their emotions. Don't let them. You have to protect your space. Protect your chill. Protect your space. Defend your psyche. Because if you don't, who the fuck will? You know? All right. Also, I think Jamie Lee Curtis and Justin Bieber and at least a couple other. Here's the really messed up thing, is that there have been people who are like, hey, pray for, they share, they're trying to cultivate, hey, I'm praying for the side that pays my paycheck. So they're doing that thing, but here's the issue. Sometimes people are sharing videos or pictures of blown out buildings and dead kids, but it's from the other side. Like they're showing, like Bieber put up a picture of Gaza and it was destroyed, and he's like, pray for Israel, and everyone's like, this is the thing that they blew up, and Curtis did the same thing, and it's crazy that it's become this ridiculous where you put up something of the war and somebody goes, hey, that's the wrong side. It's okay when we do it. It's a crazy world. Anyway, yeah, bro, I got more in store. I got some interviews that are coming up, and I don't know. I'm excited to be back. Excited to be creative. It feels good, First time in a long time. It's not forced. It's just back because it's back, baby. I hope you guys take time to just do life stuff. So I just went to a fair, right? So it's like October is like fair season in New England, or September and October, and dude, I pigged out, and God, dude, I'm 37 now, and apparently I can't eat fried dough. Apparently I can't eat a whole bloomin' onion. Do you ever eat really greasy food and then at the end your insides are like, I'm that dude now. I ate a bucket of poutine in a dog dish. Like at this fair, they give you the French fries in a dog dish, and it feels so degrading. It really is just like, eat your slop, you fucking hound. You just, dude, look, man, I'm trying to expose my girl to Americana, but I don't think I could ever morally bring her to a fair in Maine. Oh man, I went to a fair in New Hampshire and a fair in Maine. And look, I have some really good people on here who are from Maine and listen to the podcast, and they're really sick and tired of me shitting on Maine. I'm sorry. I went to a fair in Maine, and these motherfuckers, oh my God. You would have thought somebody had released mustard gas. And you would have thought these were the Kurds that Saddam Hussein gassed. Because everyone's fucking crippled. Everyone's fat. Everyone's on oxygen. Everyone's got a walker or a cane or a fucking scooter. Dude, at the start of the fair, they had scooters for the fat, disgusting, degenerate fucks who couldn't. And everyone is dressed like imagine if you work at a house for mentally retarded kids, and you just go, hey everybody, you all get to dress yourself today, and they go, yay! And you're like, what are you gonna wear, Billy? What do you want to wear to the fair? And he's like, I want to wear Crocs. Like, it's muddy at the fair, right? It's okay. I won't wear socks in my Crocs. Billy, what else are you gonna wear? I'm gonna wear a t-shirt that says, I'm having a bad day. It's the worst. What are you gonna wear for like pants or shorts? I want to wear some shorts, but I'm not gonna put them under my belly. I'm gonna put my belly and my fupa in the shorts. Dude, I sat down on a bench and there was a British family, and their friends came up to them. They go, "What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're just people watching." That's kind of Irish, but you get the gist. Oh, we're just people watching. That's more English. We're just people watching, and they go, "Oh, okay. What's that like?" And they go, "Oh, it's interesting." And I can like their eyes when they saw it. And I go, "You know what happened?" I texted one of my friends and I go, maybe Western civilization isn't worth saving. Like, if this is what we have become, fuck it, just whatever. Just, well, fuck it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Here's the thing, it was everybody. There was you'd meet the guy on gas who's clearly on disability and Medicare, who's got the Trump hat. And then you got somebody who's clearly just never been loved and just feels dead inside, and they're walking around dressed like a furry with a what is that? The trans gay flag. There's the Trans-Siberian fucking orgy. And like I saw somebody with a fucking trans flag. I saw somebody with a rebel flag. You saw everything. But it was just, and a lot of bad tattoos. There's just so many bad tattoos. And I just kept thinking, man, I wish somebody could come along and just inspire you guys and just be like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we were just people? We all just loved ourselves. Like, and here's the thing, regardless of where they were on the spectrum, they were all just fucked up. Everybody was just like, it was like Dawn of the fucking Dead. If it were outside, it was like Dawn of the Disability Center. Hey, Billy, are you going to tattoo your fupa? Yeah, I'm going to tattoo my fupa. That way when you ring up my fupa to see my vagina, because I'm transgender and retarded, you go, hey, what's this written there? And you go, that's my tattoo. Dude, fupa tattoo is freaking crazy. Oh man. It was, but you know what? It was good. I just went with my family, and it was just dumb and simple, man. Like, I watched tractor pulls. I just watched people with tractors pull fucking shit. And you see whose tractor was the best. I watched people with horse pulls. I went and I looked at big horses and oxen and cows and lambs. I pet some fucking lambs, and I saw who won the best fucking rutabaga and who won the best jar honey. And I looked at all this goofy shit, and you know what? It was okay. Yeah, it wasn't a night out in Manhattan, but it was real. It was just me being a person. I'm not looking at fucking dead babies on Instagram and Twitter, wherever they are, or whatever. You're not looking at a blown up fucking village or city block. You go, oh, this is my real world. And that other stuff's the real world, but it's on the other side of the world. You're not supposed to, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the guy in Tahiti didn't need to know about, what was happening during the 30 Years' War in Europe. You can know what's going on, but just do real shit, man. Do real shit. Put on your Crocs and go to the fair. Just put on, just get one of those shirts that says, I'm A, you don't want to see me if I don't have my coffee, and I haven't had my coffee. Oh no. just be one of those guys and or ladies, and just go do something simple. And here's the thing. You're not better than other people because you don't do simple shit. Because in reality, they're usually happier. You're usually the dunce. You're getting upset over some shit you can't fix. You can't control it. You didn't make it better by putting up your post. You didn't make it better by putting your flag in your thing. I gotta understand if it was a little thing and you're like, hey, a train derailed in Ohio and a bunch of people are poisoned, because we already forgot about that one. But if if it's being covered all day, every day, on every news channel, you ain't hey, go to the fair. Metaphorically speaking, find your fair. I like walking around in a muddy fair, looking at people and seeing kids just excited to be kids. Just like they're not like, woo, should I protest? They're just like, oh my God, I want to get on the Ferris wheel. They're on the Gravitron. I watched a kid get off a ride and puke his guts out. And it was magical. It was youth. It was innocence. It was Americana. And that's what we're about on this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to call it at that. This was very impromptu. This feels really good. I know it's been a little bit. Thank you for those of you who stuck by me. Life's a roller coaster. There's highs and lows, and sometimes you got to do things you don't always want to do to get to where you need to be to do the things you want to do. And there'll be more to come. And one of these days I'm going to get Paulie on here. Another comedian friend who's supposed to record with me next week. We'll see what we can do. It's you know it is. You got you people like, oh, I got fucking kids and I got things that are more important. And they're right, they do. So I gotta cut them some slack. Anyway, I love all you sons of bitches. Don't let anyone get you down. And don't let the world get you down. Just protect your space. And protect your mind and protect your soul. Alright? If you wouldn't fucking put fentanyl into your body, don't put spiritual fentanyl into your soul. Peace.